A military officer is walking with a girl. When a woman opens her car door, it hits the officer. The woman then gets out of the car and says to the military officer, "Sorry, I didn't see you." The officer replies, "It's okay." The woman asks, "Are you hurt?" The officer says, "Don't worry, I'm fine." Then the military officer walks with the girl towards a restaurant. A girl standing outside the restaurant stops them and says, "Where are you going inside?" The officer replies, "We're going to eat." The girl says, "People like you can't eat here. Go back." And anyway, army people think they'll get special protocol, but that's not the case. Go back. The officer says, "We've heard a lot about your restaurant, so we came here to eat." The girl says, "I've told you once, go back." Then, another boy is seen approaching the restaurant. The girl thinks, he looks rich, let him in. When he comes to her, she says, "Please go inside, I'll take your order." The boy goes inside and the girl follows him. Later, when the military officer is about to leave with his wife, a waiter from the restaurant stops him and says, "Please sit inside, I'll take your order." At that moment, the woman from the car sees this. The officer says, "But that girl was saying we can't eat here." The waiter replies, "You are the soldiers of our country, please come with me." The waiter then takes the officer and his wife inside the restaurant. The rich boy who had entered earlier is given his order by the girl, and she leaves after taking the order. The waiter also seats the officer and asks for his order. The officer gives the order, and the waiter leaves. After a while, he brings the order and then leaves. Later, the rich boy asks for the bill. The girl brings the bill to the rich boy. The boy says, 1,500 rupees? The girl replies, "Yes." The rich boy puts the money on the table and leaves. When the girl picks up the money, she thinks, he was such a miser. Then, the waiter brings the bill to the military officer. The officer looks at the bill and says, "Wait a minute." He takes out money from his pocket and gives it to the waiter. As the waiter is about to leave, the officer stops him and gives him an extra 1,000 rupees. The waiter asks, "What is this for?" The officer replies, "This is for the service you provided us." The girl sees this and thinks, he's giving the waiter 1,000 rupees, and she decides to take the money herself. She goes to the waiter and takes the money from him, saying, "You go, I'll handle this." At that moment, the woman from the car arrives. The officer stands up and says, "You're here?" The woman replies, "Yes, this restaurant is mine." The woman then asks the girl, "What's the matter? Why did you stop them outside?" The girl says, "No, it's not like that." The woman says, "Don't lie. I saw everything outside." The girl says, "Forgive me. I made a big mistake." The woman replies, "These soldiers serve our country, and you were disrespecting them." Then the woman tells the old waiter, "From today, you will take over the manager's position," and says to the girl, she will handle the waiter's job. The girl says, "I'll do the waiter's work?" The woman says, "Be thankful you got the waiter's job. Otherwise, because of your behavior, I could have fired you." As the girl is about to leave, the woman stops her and says, "Give the money back first." The girl returns the money and the bill to the old waiter. Then, the woman apologizes to the military officer on behalf of her employee. The officer says, "It's okay." Then, the officer leaves with his wife. This restaurant owner deserves a like for delivering justice on the spot.